Frederick of Denmark and Queen Mary celebrate in Paris. 24 years ago they fell in love. Just a few days ago, athletes from all over Europe descended upon Paris for the 2012 Summer Olympics. Today, representatives of the royal families are making their way to the city to meet with athletes. Yesterday, King Philip and Queen Letizia of Denmark made an official visit to the country. Today, the opening ceremony will be held at the Troad Square. However, today is a more solemn day for Frederick and Mary of Denmark. They met and fell in love during the 2000 Sydney Olympics when the young Danish Crown Prince, who was in Australia for the Olympics, decided to have a drink in a local pub with his brother Nicholas, a Greek, and Martha Louise of Norway. Meanwhile, Mary, an advertising manager, was out having fun with friends at a different pub. A few years down the road, Mary came clean in an interview about her lack of familiarity with their identities. "I was in the same boat." Approximately 30 minutes later, a fellow student approaches me and inquires, "Do you know that these people are princes?" We continued to meet throughout those days, and then Frederick returned to Denmark after promising Mary that they would stay in touch through email and text messages. During their courtship, Mary relocated to Denmark. In 2003, they announced their engagement. On May 14, 2014, they walked down the aisle. They have 4 children: Christian, Isabella, Vikent, and Josephine. On January 14, they became King of Denmark after Margaret abdicated. This came after a tumultuous few months for their marriage, caused by pictures of Frederick in Madrid that were published in November. Now, 24 years after their first meeting, returning to the Olympics as king and queen is a significant milestone in their lives and marriage. For such a momentous occasion, Queen Mary wore her own style, unlike other royals like Queen Letizia, who opted for French fashion to show respect for the country hosting the games. The sleeveless garment, which Frederick's wife chose from an Italian brand, is eye-catching not only because of the vivid red hue but also because of its minimalist pattern and clean lines. The pants, which make up the lower half of the garment, have a wrap cut which visually slims the body. Other features include a fitted waist, a draped seam on the left shoulder, and a round neckline. The Max Mara jumpsuit is secured with a similar small belt featuring the brand's emblem. Mary of Denmark wore a white blazer draped over her shoulders. As for her shoes, she opted for sandals with thin straps at the heel. Alongside her, the royal pair of Denmark carried a brown leather handbag with a short handle. It was attended by many members of the royal family, including Mark. After meeting with a representative of the Spanish Olympic team, King Philip and Queen Letizia arrived at the Louvre for the dinner. They had previously posed with President Bach and his wife, the Queen, who was wearing a Dior dress from the haute couture collection, along with comfortable heeled sandals, a black bag, and a bow, all from the French house. Thomas Bach and his wife Claudia were in charge of welcoming guests in front of the museum's glass pyramid, where a jbee was served. President Macron and his wife Brigitte Khan were also in attendance. Albert and Charlene of Monaco also walked the red carpet at the Louvre. The prince is a member of the International Olympic Committee and his wife has participated in the Olympic Games, so they have a very good relationship with President Bach. King William Alexander of the Netherlands was one of the first to arrive at the dinner, but he was alone. Queen Maxima is expected to attend a meeting with the presidential couple this Friday, followed by the opening ceremony of the Games, which is also expected to be attended by her eldest daughters, Alexia and Ariana. Charlene looked stunning with her choice of black heels, asymmetrical shoes, and palazzo jeans. Maria Theresa of Luxembourg, adorned in a brown frock with a collar by Maison Rabcus and coupled with a lighter-colored hat, was among the other royal guests, as were Enrique and Teresa. Shaw and Philippian Murphy of Belgium, who arrived in Paris this afternoon by train. The Queen of Belgium was one of the most elegant of the evening, for which she chose a white jumpsuit by Nan with a transparent fabric as a cape for all the members of the royal family who attended this dinner as well.